Welcome, foolish mortals. I am your host, 1000th Ghost, and today I wanted to share with you one of my hobbies that I picked up about 10 or 12 years ago now. And I collect autographs and autograph cards, and I love going to shows and I love meeting people. But a way to get autographs is that for people you can't meet, or you don't think you're going to meet, or who live overseas, is to write them a nice letter and send them a picture. And most times, over 50%, I get returned back a nice picture and generally a little note that says thank you. But I wanted to show with you what I've gotten over the past couple years. Just a little taste. I have literally a couple thousand of these, and I may show us some off and on, just to kind of give you some ideas. Now, these are called TTMs, through the mail autographs, and you mostly send them to the actors' agents or the agencies that represent them, or in some cases, you can send them directly to their homes if you can find their addresses, which, of course, the internet is very useful for. It's not stalking. Anyway, you always send a nice note telling them how much you appreciate their work and what you liked them in. I send two different types of things. I had begun by sending these small cards that are the same size as normal trading cards that you would get. Here's one out of a pack of cards. This is one from Stargate Universe of David Blue. And so I kind of created them in about the same size. This is of Richard O'Brien from Flash Gordon. He was also the creator of Rocky Horror Picture Show. But I didn't send him something from Rocky Horror because everybody sends him stuff from Rocky Horror. And that's why I sent this card. And he appreciated that and sent the note back saying, it's nice. Barely anybody remembers he was even in this movie. The other thing I send is what is basically a 3x5 picture. You can see the size difference. This is an autograph I got from Helen Mirren from the Queen. And I sent this to a show she was doing in New York on Broadway. And it's another great way to get stars that are hard to get because they're trapped in New York for weeks on end. And sometimes they don't have a lot to do. And so, this is how I got my Robert Downey Jr., a couple other really good ones, is sending to the Broadway show. You can also send to the Broadway cast office and ask for a playbill, an autographed playbill, and sometimes you'll get a playbill back. Now, sometimes you get a note back that says they don't do that, but that's okay. You can only, if you don't ask, you don't ever know. So I wanted to show a few of my bigger ones. Now, I started making these because I got a couple requests back from especially some of the older stars I write to. I love classic television, and they needed more space to write. They either wanted to write a little note or their hands couldn't deal with the small space. So that's why I started creating these. And I just use a little Photoshop program and then get them printed and sent off. So like I said, this was Helen Mirren from The Queen. This is Kathy Najimy from Hocus Pocus, and she wrote I Smell Children. This is Terry Bradshaw. Now, everybody knows Terry Bradshaw is a quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I got him as his character from Cannonball Run. And again, it came with a little note that said, thank you. Everybody asks me to sign football cards. Hardly anybody ever asks me to sign Cannonball Run stuff. Next is Richard Dreyfuss from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. One of the great 80s directors. This is John Carpenter. This is a picture from Big Trouble in Little China. This is Louise Fletcher from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I also sent her a normal picture for her to sign, and she did, from Deep Space Nine. She played Kai Wynn, Bajoran spiritual leader. And then I sent these off to Tatum Channing, Channing Tatum. I can never remember that dude's name. I don't know why. But I got him from G.I. Joe, and from Magic Mike. Now, those are some movie star ones I got. I'm going to show you a few of the um, performers, stand-up artists, that kind of thing I got. And, you know, a few of these are really great because some of the people have passed on. But you can send these to where you know they're going to be. And you can send them to the stage door care of that person. And sometimes you'll get them back. Or if some people, like you'll see, are trapped in Vegas or something at a show, you can do that as well. This is a nice thing I got back from Regis Philbin. He signed this one in a Sesame Street one I sent. A very nice guy. Sent a nice little note. This is Hank William Jr. Another great singer, Chris Christopherson. And this one I sent because she was stuck in Vegas, which is Britney Spears. So sometimes, you know, if you're trying to send to like Penn and Teller or, you know, they're not around anymore, but Siegfried and Roy or Donnie and Marie, some of those guys who have quite a long stay in Vegas, or stars who are doing like Spamalot or The Lion King, stuff like that, you can get them if they're stuck at a show for a while. The last ones I'm going to show you are a few of the Doctor Who's I've gotten, and these I have to go in a roundabout way to get done. I send them to a buddy of mine in England who then posts them. I send money along with it, and then he puts their stamps on it so they'll get to their person and returns. Now when you do these, and I'll show you in a minute, because I got a new one I want to open up. I've kept it for a couple days until I got this video together. I can't wait to see if there's anything in it. This is Karen Gillian. This is the character she played before she took over the role of the Doctor's companion. This is David Bradley, who has taken up the mantle of the first Doctor. And he is also, of course, in the Harry Potter films as well. Of course, what actor in England isn't? This is Billie Piper as Rose Tyler. And my Doctor, because everybody has their first Doctor. My first Doctor was Tom Baker. And he is a gentleman. He sent a couple extra little things that are autographed with it. I would love to meet him someday, but he doesn't really leave England very often anymore. Another one of my favorite Doctors is Sylvester McCoy. One of my favorite companions is Captain Jack, John Barrymore. Now, of course, Barrowman. He is in Arrow. He's in all kinds of stuff. And I also sent a picture from The Producers where he plays, let's call him Head Nazi in the Springtime for Hitler short. And then, not to spoil anything, this is Alex Kingston as River. And I did actually end up getting to meet her in Denver. And now that happens to me sometimes, is I'll get all these and I'll send them, and I'm like, oh, they'll never get them to come. And of course, with that which must not be named still ravaging the country and all our conventions, who knows when we'll get to see anybody anymore. But I did get a new one, and I wanted to open it up and see. It feels like there may be a letter in here as well again. Now, sometimes the letters are, I don't sign stuff without money. Sometimes it's for actors who have passed away. And so, you know, it's sad, but it happens from time to time. So, and I've also sent, this is a self-addressed envelope that you just send out. And let's see what I got here. Jeez. Now, this is my autograph card for Cheryl Ladd from the Muppets. That's pretty cool. So, I'm not sure how long I've had this one out. I do track those things. Let me see. this noisy paper out of the way here. And where is my... I should have had this all set up. But it actually kind of felt like one of my rejection letters, which I do get from time to time. Sometimes the agents or the agencies send them back and say we don't forward mail, which I understand. They don't need to. Cheryl Ladd. So another thing, and I hadn't thought of it at the time, another thing that Cheryl Ladd's in that I should have gotten autographed was from Charlie's Angels, but I didn't. I didn't think about it. I was working on my Muppet stuff at the time, and sometimes I do get a little focused on that. I do have an autograph from her from NCIS. She plays one of Gibbs's ex-wives. So this isn't actually too bad. I sent this 293 days ago, so really not too bad. Not quite a year yet, but with COVID and everything, some of the stars aren't even signing stuff anymore because they don't want to open the stuff that might have contagion on it, and I get that as well. Oh no, I said the word. Oh well. Anyway, so that's kind of a little hobby of mine. I might show some stuff later if you guys liked this. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll be glad to show you more. I do have a ton of them, and I might show some. I just picked up some new autographs from my comic book store the other day, and I'll show those off later. So I'll talk to y'all later. Please subscribe, like, pass on, comment,